So, out day tripping today. As always, I like to start at the marker, work my way back out to the entrance. What an amazing story. Loren Berry. This guy is the inventor of the Yellow Pages. Now that might not seem so fascinating, but the story is. So he put out the first edition of Yellow Pages in 1910, and he only went to 4 cities, and by the 70s he had distributed it in 800 cities nationwide. And now that's fascinating enough. And, oh, by the way, at the time he had more than 1 million paid advertisers in the Yellow Pages, and they sold that company for $1 billion. $1 billion. And then about 15 years later, the internet comes out, right? So the company is worthless today. And think of the opportunity missed to not go digital. But that's pretty crazy, right? All right, so now I'm going to show you how to find the grave. By the way, I believe that's the Huffman mausoleum, and by his marker there's a round marker like a globe, and we're in Dayton, Ohio, and this cemetery has quite a few famous graves, including Irma Bombeck and the Wright brothers. There's this one called A Dog and His Boy, and that's quite the fascinating story. So I'll be making 5 or 6 videos today if you want to watch them all. The story is that this cemetery was founded in 1840. It's sort of auspicious founding. The very first male born in Dayton, Ohio actually incorporated this cemetery. So isn't that crazy? Like the very first person to ever be born, the very first male ever to be born in Dayton, Ohio, went on to found a rather historic cemetery, right? Beautiful grounds. There's more than 2,000 trees on the property. This is the highest point in Dayton, and the story goes that in 1913 there was a flood of Dayton, and a lot of the city sought refuge up here on the top of this hill. So it's kind of a crazy story, right? Cemetery saving lives. Well, there's 2 or 3 services going on today, so I'm not taking the most direct route. And right up here is the Wright brothers. And if you want to look for these other videos, today I'll be making 5 or 6 of them. The Dayton Woodland Cemetery. I'll be making a video about this one up here with this guy in this chair. The guy that invented the folding ladder is buried here. The guy that invented the cash register is buried here. Alright, and I guess just a real quick one as we pass by. Right here, this boy and his dog. The story goes there that this boy had fell into Dayton Canal or something, and this dog jumped in to try to save him, and he actually did pull him to the shore, but it was too late. And I'm going to finish that story, but here's the entrance so you can see how to find that grave. The story goes that the dog did get him to shore successfully, but it was too late, and the dog lived out his days at that grave marker and people would come by and feed him. And so that's kind of crazy, right? All right, so that was just a quick view of Dayton's famous Woodland Cemetery. Now, if you're ever looking for great cemeteries, the one in Cincinnati by far is the best in Ohio. But if you're just looking for a day trip, there is a former governor in this cemetery. The first mayor of Cincinnati is in this cemetery. There is a former brothel owner from the silent era that she opened this brothel and made her women, her hookers, whatever, look like famous actors. So can you imagine, like a look-alike brothel, right? All right, well, there you go. That's my video for